You know, the fortunes of insurgents are dwindling by the day, if you ask me. A fierce rival battle between late Abubakar Shekau's Boko Haram faction and the Islamic State West Africa province, ISWAP, broke out on Thursday. It led to the death of a commander identified as Kundu and dozens of fighters too. Now, the fight took place between Dikwa and Bama local government areas of Borno State. The cheering news comes as a succor, if you ask me, of sorts for Borno State residents as the country's armed forces yoke under the enervating campaigns of insurgency. Benabo, it's a good story. Are we happy about it? Yes.
Somehow, but it tells a lot of stories. I mean, we live in a country where two factions from a particular sect are now fighting against themselves. And then, I mean, in a country where we're supposed to be order. So it tells a lot of story about us. And I just hope that, like I read somewhere how Air Force officials are using the Tucano jets effectively. Yeah. I pray that they are able to do more so that we completely get rid of these people. I know that it's not possible, at least to a very reasonable extent, so that we can have respite. People are just, it's unfortunate. I'm not completely happy because what happened tells a very ugly story about the situation of security in Nigeria.
Today, are you enamored of the promise of Mr. President? I think he made the promise again yesterday. By year's end, insurgency would be a thing of the past.
Well, I think one would have been encouraged by the promise if the President had demonstrated enough knowledge or capacity or intention to stop this thing about 5 years ago. Because this thing looks like a festering sore. If there is a sore and you refuse to treat it, it will expand.
If you pamper it.
Why must Nigeria wait for so long? For 6 months to the end of the tenure of a general in the Nigerian army, to wait for 6 months to the end of his tenure, or 9 months, to begin to say, I will wipe it out. I think the government has the capacity. The Nigerian military has the capacity in terms of equipment, in terms of men of knowledge, in terms of men of war, who understand the war, to have stopped this thing years ago. Well, it is not too late, but it is unfortunate that the two groups are so powerful because we have allowed them to gather more power. To such an extent that they are non-state operators, much more powerful in terms of logistics, in terms of equipment, in terms of funding.
I hear many of the insurgents had to flee, leaving behind their motorcycles and so on.
So it's unfortunately, let us take the word of the president. But the question people will also ask is that, why are we now acting when election is just 8 months away? That is the question, 6 months away.
Ibn Abo, you think it's a late rally?
Well, for us Nigerians, we have been so beaten, so battered. So it's like a drowning man. Any promise you make, he wants to grab it.
So long as he leaves the water.
Exactly. So we want, let's just keep our fingers crossed and hope that probably for the past 7 years, the president had been looking for how best to deal with the situation. Now he has gotten something tangible and he wants to, I don't know how to put it, because like he rightly said, all this while, why this last 6 months? But then I would say better late than never.
Yeah, better late than never. Abi?
Well,
so long as the evil goes away.
I think nothing should distract the president from keeping to the promise to leave behind a prosperous and a secured country as a retired general who spent all his lifetime defending the territorial integrity of Nigeria. I want to believe that he won't allow distraction to prevent you from fulfilling that promise. We want to, like you said, we want to take this promise for the last 6 months as a promise.
Quickly, can we rub this in? The president was in Imo on Tuesday and declared in the course of the visit, I have done very well.
Well, you see...
my government has done very well?
Well, you know, if you are in government, it's like you are locked up in a room. In which case, you are allowed to, by your aides, allow you to see what is beneficial to your government. I want to believe the president is speaking based on his own knowledge of what he has done.
Yeah.
Not
All
based
right.
on the experience of Nigeria.
We'll come back to that. But Ola is reaching us from Port Harcourt. Ola, good evening to you.
Good evening. I'm at home to Journalist Hangout.
You are on side. Let's go.
You are fantastic for your social contribution to the populace.
Yes, sir. Thank
and
you.
We really appreciate you for your work done, for the job well done. The issue of I want to make my contribution on the issue of Lagos auctioning issues.
I hope you were not affected.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, I see this step taken by Lagos State as impunity of highest order.
Did I get that? Did we hear you? Okay, we lost the connection to him. He's not happy about the auction in Lagos, but the debate will continue. Yeah, so I said, Mr. President said...
Nigerians who want to believe him and take him seriously, that 6 months to the end of his tenure, he will be able to engage and make sure that the insurgents fizzle out. But at the end of that 6 months, will he have won the war? That is the question.
Yeah, because the government appears to me to be taking on too many battles in this war of relevance, Would he have won the war?
Let's wait and see, because what was not done in 7 years, it will take a miracle for it to be done in 6 months, but who knows? Who knows? But then again, what I always tell people is that you will be judged by history and not by historians.
Yeah.
So be mindful of what to do.
Well,
because tomorrow you will be judged. History will probably be kind to you or be nasty to you.
All right, we must go, I'm told. Time up for us, but not before thanking Tunde Abatan for coming.
It's a pleasure being here again.
And of course, Ibn Abor Dixon, many thanks for coming.
It's a pleasure.
And on behalf of the Backroom Boys, I say thanks for watching.